Right now at 5, new details reveal last night's shooting and house fire in La Crosse are connected.
And La Crosse police are searching for the man who allegedly shot someone outside a bar.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Last night, the La Crosse Police Department responded to a shots fired call located on Farnham Street. After further investigation, police say Alan Fry has been arrested for first-degree intentional homicide.
News 8 Now's Michael Germain is live where the crime scene occurred and has the details this evening. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ken and Emily. Alan Fry is currently being held at the La Crosse Police. He's currently being held at the La Crosse County Jail. Now, the city of La Crosse also believes that he was involved with the fire that occurred a street over on Denton Street. According to the criminal complaint, the La Crosse Police Department was dispatched on January 18th around 9 at night regarding a complaint who claimed there was a shooting on Farnham Street. Officers say when they arrived on scene, they found one person standing in the front door and another man laying on the floor in the living room, surrounded by a large pool of blood. A neighbor of the victim, who has lived in the neighborhood since the 70s, says she has never experienced any crime or major issues since she moved in.
Stuff happens. Children get into trouble, things happen. I feel like this could have happened just about anywhere.
Dillenbeck told me she was coming home with a group of her friends. While she was getting dropped off, she claims a man came running across the street where he was apparently mad because he wanted her friend to move. Dillenbeck later realized that this was the suspect in the case.
So I came back in the house. Our family room's back there, so we can't see that much. And anyway, all of a sudden, there are police everywhere.
The complainant stated that Alan was still in the area, but it was unknown where he went. Fry was then arrested and transported to the La Crosse County Jail, where he was booked for one count of first-degree intentional homicide, possession of a firearm by felon, and bail jumping.
I was given notice by the jail that they were going to communicate with the court that Mr. Fry was on a watch and was essentially, it sounds like, not able to or not willing to come to court today.
Now, Fry was expected to appear in court today, but as you heard from that soundbite, he did not appear. He is now scheduled to appear in court on Monday at 1:30 p.m. for his first initial appearance. Reporting live in La Crosse, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
All right, Michael, thanks very much. A man is wanted for a shooting at a Northside bar last Sunday. On January 14th, La Crosse police responded to a shots fired call outside of Newey's Vogue bar on George Street. The victim told police that he was standing outside the bar when someone ran up and shot him in the leg. That man was later identified as 41-year-old La Crosse man Linnell Carter, who was involved in a physical altercation with the victim earlier that night. A warrant has been put out for Carter, and he's charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon as a repeater, and possession of a firearm by a felon, again as a repeater.
Thousand women in the U.S. every year. Cervical cancer is one of the more dangerous types of cancer because it is hard to detect. That's because people typically don't show symptoms until the cancer is in advanced stages. A doctor at Mayo Clinic says the best way to protect yourself from cervical cancer is to screen for it early, get the HPV vaccine, and to test for HPV. It's a sexually transmitted disease that, if not completely treated, can cause cervical cancer. Since the introduction of the HPV vaccine in 2006, the number of cervical cancer diagnoses has decreased by about 65%.
When you look at the graphs and the trends, it's a marked downward trend. It's one of the most remarkable curves we see in medicine, is how dramatically the decrease in cervical cancer diagnosis rates have been since the introduction of HPV vaccine.
Dr. Stockham adds that people with a cervix should start testing for HPV and getting pap smears once they turn 21.
You know, felt at the beginning of this week we were dealing with sub-zero temperatures, and we've seen a little bit of a climb within the last couple of days. Let's see what the weekend has in store with Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Well, it's going to be frigid once again, bitterly cold, but it's probably the last couple days that we're going to have this condition going on. But outside, we did have a little bit of flurries, light snow going on, but overall, the road conditions right now are pretty good. If you look outside, there's your visibilities are all up, but notice the temperatures have fallen to Tacoma to 3 degrees. That's just a sign of things to come. Overall, we've had some light snow, very fine. It's hard the radar even to pick up on some of that what we have, but it's pretty much all beginning to cease as a trough begins to push to the east and high pressure begins to slide in, and it's going to be Arctic high pressure coming in. Overall visibility, not much out there right now. Still some areas maybe with some light snow or flurries, but nothing really expected. Temperature-wise, wind chill is going to be the main factor, and we're starting to see it go below 0. In fact, getting close to 20 below as you go to Mason City. There's a wind chill advisory tonight from about 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. and that's for the wind chills going on. But for this evening, it's going to be bitterly cold there still. We're going to wind chills down to about 10 to 15 as we get closer to 10 p.m. For La Crosse, Eau Claire, a little bit colder, but getting down to 0 with clearing skies at both locations, setting up that cold morning that you're going to see with wind chills potentially as low as 30. So we still have Sunday to go through, but then there's bigger changes coming next week, but it's going to be still bitterly cold this weekend. But just hang on, there'll be changes next week you'll enjoy.
All right. Okay. I'm going to hold you to that. Thanks, Greg. Thanks. Senator Tim Scott is headed to rally for Donald Trump in New Hampshire to announce he's officially backing the former president.
The South Carolina Republican ended his own run for the presidency in November. Scott is the 25th senator to endorse Trump, who remains the Republican frontrunner in New Hampshire.
A recent polling finds former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley in a strong second position after coming in third in Iowa. She met Friday with voters at a coffee shop in the town of Hampton.
I'm close to feeling confident about her in terms of my vote. I'm a registered Democrat, but I feel like I will change my party to independent.
Now, Democrats are not allowed to vote in the primary, but independents are. Trump has complained that rule is artificially propping up Haley, but some political analysts say it better reflects who's more electable in November. Meantime, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is only in New Hampshire today. He is shifting resources to South Carolina, where he'll campaign this weekend.
A U.S. spacecraft that blasted off from Cape Canaveral last week, hoping for a historic lunar touchdown, has failed. Peregrine 1 was captured firing its thrusters shortly before burning up in Earth's atmosphere over a remote stretch of the South Pacific Ocean Thursday. Astrobotics, the company behind the robotic lander, says the spacecraft developed a fuel propellant leak, forcing the company to scrap its mission to land on the surface of the moon.
The leak that had occurred had done two things. One is it had veered us a little off course. You could think about it as like a left or right off course, but it had also slowed down our trajectory to indicate that if we did nothing from that point forward, that we were very likely to return back to Earth.
Peregrine 1 was carrying a payload that included human remains and DNA of more than 70 deceased people, as well as some NASA experiments. The mission would have been the first U.S. lunar landing in more than 50 years.
Well, with another cold weekend ahead of us, La Crosse is opening back up its daytime emergency shelter this weekend. Per the city, the shelter, which is located at 621 3rd Street, will reopen tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then Sunday from 8 a.m. to noon. And a reminder, this shelter is not an overnight shelter, but rides are available to the Catholic Charities Warming Center at 7 p.m. upon request.
Abortion rights opponents are defying frigid temperatures and snow in the nation's capital.
A look at the nation's largest rally against abortion rights after this.
Ashley's 48-hour super sale is happening January 28th through the 29th. For 2 days only, shop in store for exclusive deals on living room favorites delivered right on time for the big game. Plus, pay 0% interest through January 2029. Only at Ashley.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's. Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls presents Matt Stell. Don't miss this multi-platinum country artist live February 16th. Matt Stell with opening act Mason-Dixon Line. $35 tickets include $15 free rewards play. Available now on Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Matt Stell February 16th at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. Must be 21 or over to attend.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With a family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Get 1-9 financing for 66 months plus $2,000 flex by cash on Bronco Sport. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good?
Hefty, hefty. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso scent.
Ashley's 48-hour super sale is happening January 28th through the 29th. For 2 days only, shop in store for exclusive deals on living room favorites delivered right on time for the big game. Plus, pay 0% interest through January 2029. Only at Ashley.
Abortion rights opponents braved the winter weather in Washington, D.C. this afternoon for the annual March of Life.
While they won a victory in the Supreme Court's dismantling of protections under Roe v. Wade, participants say they'll continue to march until a, quote, culture of life is restored across the United States. Nicole Skanga reports from the march.
Make no mistake, we will march until abortion is unthinkable.
Thousands of abortion rights opponents weathered the snowfall in Washington, D.C. for the annual March for Life.
It's not political as much as it is just human.
Several GOP lawmakers turned out to rally after passing 2 bills this week focusing on unwanted pregnancy and pregnancy centers. House Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana shared a personal story with the crowd.
I am myself a product of an unplanned pregnancy. My parents, who were just teenagers at the time, chose life, and I am very profoundly grateful that they did.
Marchers headed past the U.S. Capitol to the Supreme Court, where justices delivered a victory to the movement in 2022, ending federal abortion rights protections enshrined in Roe v. Wade. The issue is now playing out on the state level with mixed results ranging from all-out bans in 14 states to losses at the ballot boxes in Ohio, Kansas, and Kentucky.
In the next year ahead, we'll be in 16 states. We're coming to a state near you, folks.
Even in the snow and frigid cold, marchers tell us nothing was going to stop them from marching in Washington, D.C. today.
I have my foot warmers, my hand warmers. I have 4 layers on.
I think it's very important that the world sees us.
Movement organizers also expect the issue to be a rallying cry for Democrats come November. President Biden's re-election campaign has openly stated support for abortion rights.
Voting will change a lot of how this plays out with years come.
You vote on this issue?
Absolutely.
Vice President Kamala Harris kicks off a Fight for Reproductive Freedoms tour Monday in Wisconsin. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
And to that point, the battle over abortion is continuing in Wisconsin.
Republicans in the state assembly introduced a bill today that would ban abortion after 14 weeks of pregnancy.
The bill would call for a statewide referendum if approved by voters in April's elections. Current Wisconsin law bans abortion after 20 weeks.
The GOP will attend a public hearing for the bill on Monday in Madison. The same day, Vice President Kamala Harris is set to visit Waukesha County as part of a nationwide tour promoting reproductive rights.
And if the bill is approved, it would take effect the day after results are concluded. Governor Evers is expected to veto the bill.
Coming up, a veteran from World War II is celebrating a milestone.
We'll join John Mandrell as he celebrates his 100th birthday.
And yeah, we've experienced some bitter cold. We got a couple more days before that line goes back up above average starting next week. I'll tell you about what those wind chills look like this weekend, what the temperatures look like next week, and whether we got rain or snow next week also. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Nicolay Law, Russell Nicolay speaking.
Yeah, I'm the guy on the billboards. You got me. Whoa, man. If they want the real Nicolay, Wait, you are the real Nicolay. I'm the real Nicolay. You're the real Nicolay. I'm the real Nicolay. You're the real Nicolay. We're both the real Nicolay. Hey, man, you better get back to that phone call. Oh, thanks. Yeah, sorry about that. Just talking to myself. Yeah, you got the real Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help you. Yep, billboards, baby.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through the end of January, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store to redeem later just like cash. Start earning now on new resealable deluxe mixed nuts or whole cashews, $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. And 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop cat litter, 2 for $14. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Get 2.9% financing for 72 months plus up to $2,000 in total savings on a 2023 Ford F-150 only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Everyone deserves a fulfilling job, but for people with disabilities, the barriers can be overwhelming. It's time to open the door to new possibilities. People with disabilities are getting the education, skills, and training needed to thrive in a wide variety of industries. And they're ready for an opportunity, a job, a career. Thinkability Wisconsin. All you have to do is start with yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Family and friends of a World War II veteran came together this week to celebrate a milestone birthday.
Yeah, John Mandrell of Oklahoma turned 100 years old Thursday, surrounded by his children, grandchildren, and great-great-great-grandchildren.
Born in 1924, Mandrell served in the Army during World War II as a generator mechanic, moving up to the rank of corporal.
I'm so proud of our veterans. I'm so proud of my grandpa. I'm proud of the man, the quality he is. Knowing there's not many of them left, though, is sad.
That's right. Fewer than 1% of World War II veterans are still alive today.
Well, not much is going to be changing on the weather front this weekend. It's still going to be cold, but we are expecting some sunshine, and I think I'm going to try skiing this weekend at Mount La Crosse. Yeah, this Sunday. Let's send it over to Greg to get the weekend forecast.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have cold conditions, but the sun is one thing to really take advantage of because we may not see much of that sun come next week. Really, we're still under this pattern of this, really the air coming down from the northwest and then swinging to the east. But out to the west, you notice a lot more precipitation, a lot more Pacific, more mild air is beginning to push into that area. Eventually, we're going to see that come across our area by the time we get to Monday. So the pattern is starting to change, but we got probably another couple days of the bitter cold temperatures. Reminder, we got the wind chill advisory until 9 a.m. tonight for -30. Most areas will probably be around 15 to 25 below, but some areas could reach 30. Once we get to about noon, we should start seeing improvements. But if you look at the wind chills, that's what we're going to see starting off. The temperatures will be around 10 below to maybe 15 below in certain areas. By the time we get to 9 or 10, we're looking at wind chills maybe around -5 to 15. So it will improve with plenty of sunshine too as you go throughout Saturday. Saturday afternoon, temperatures will get up to around 10. Upper single digits, low teens for most locations. Wind chills will start dropping off back in the evening. The one difference with Saturday night going to Sunday is the wind will start picking up. Although the temperatures won't be as cold going into Sunday morning, we still got wind chills that'll probably be approaching 20 below waking up Sunday morning, although the temperatures won't be as cold. So still we'll have a cold start to Sunday, but things drastically change as we get towards the later half of Sunday as the winds really start picking out of the southwest. Big picture shows there's that high pressure will slide off to the east. The winds really start turning around as we get towards Sunday. They'll come out from the south. So once again, it'll start off cold, but the winds will start picking up a little bit. By the afternoon hours, those temperatures will get up into the teens. Big difference going Sunday night is they're not going to drop off that much. In fact, they might actually rise towards Monday morning as that system out to the west begins to pull to the east. We're going to have some warm front that they're going to be pushed through Monday morning, and that's going to be the start of really things changing for our weather pattern. The first system we're keeping an eye on is associated with that warm front, so we'll keep an eye, see if we get any precipitation early Monday as it pushes across. Then we'll start focusing Monday night through Tuesday, and that looks like the strongest of the system, which has the potential to produce some wet snow as it comes up here. You can see by the time we get to Monday night, it approaches, or we stay on the northern side of it. It kind of produces snow, and then it pushes off to the east going into Tuesday night. The big thing to look at this, like I said, mainly dry Monday, some wintry mix potential. Keep an eye on that. Monday night looks like wet snow. Snow accumulation is likely, just how much, it really depends. And the thing is, the roads are pretty slushy to snow. This is going to be a wet snow, and like we had dry snow, it's definitely going to be wet. So a lot of things at play, but if you got travel plans Monday night through Tuesday, just keep an eye on the forecast. We'll see if things change, but that's the one we're watching. But for tonight, it's really going to be the cold. Getting down to about 10 below, wind chills once again down to 20 to 25, maybe 30 below as you wake up tomorrow morning. We'll get into teens, but still that wind chill will be below zero most of the day, and it'll go even further as we go towards Sunday morning. And really Sunday morning's the last cold day we're going to see. As you notice, the temperatures kind of start rising going into Monday, and then the rest of next week is a lot of cloud cover. We have that one system Monday and Tuesday, maybe something Thursday, but other than that, we may not fall below freezing much next week. So a lot of clouds, damp, cold, maybe some fog. So enjoy the sun this weekend, because I don't think we're going to see a lot of it come next week.
All right.
So it's good skiing weather this weekend,
yes.
right?
If you can battle the cold and you can deal with that, then
okay.
Should be good.
I think I can do it. All right.
When we come back, a Winona small business owner is sharing her talents with the community.
How she combines art and science to create an unforgettable experience.
The Board Store Home Improvements. Everyday low prices on bathroom remodels for seniors and families. Contact us today for a prompt free estimate.
It's time for the King Furniture 72-hour sale. So for 72 hours, everything in our store is going to be on sale. Incredible markdowns throughout our entire showroom. It's the King Furniture 72-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
I've been helping people get out of debt for many years, and I know this, that consolidation loans and moving debt around isn't the best way to do it. Think of your debt as a pile of garbage. If you move it from here to here, guess what? Still a pile of garbage. We might be able to make it smell sweeter with a lower rate or a lower payment, but it's still garbage. You need a garbage disposal to get rid of debt. Come see me, I'll help you install one.
It really ruined everything. I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry, we got this.
Great. Well, let's stop it from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
It's time for the King Furniture 72-hour sale. So for 72 hours, everything in our store is going to be on sale. Incredible markdowns throughout our entire showroom. It's the King Furniture 72-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Glasswork. It is an art form dealing with 3,000-degree temperatures and very intricate tools. So to the unexperienced eye, it can be a little intimidating.
But one Winona businesswoman is working to make the practice accessible to all. Photographer John Hayes has the story in our latest eyepiece.
First thing, I'll fire up my torch, make sure that it's
a dialed-in flame. We call it a neutral flame. So it's the ideal mixture of propane and oxygen. I really do appreciate that it is a material that requires your undivided attention. You can't be focused on anything else while you're working with it. And it's also predictable. Once you get to know it, it's like a communication that you have to maintain with this material. I mean, it's glasswork, like I've said, is super magical. It's a really interesting way to work with, you know, material. And facilitating this experience for folks brings so much joy to them. Just this integration of art and science, and it's a very magical experience.
And she's got classes that are open for anyone 9 and up. We'll have some more information on her business on our digital platforms. And you've actually you've dabbled a little bit.
I've done glass blowing. Toledo is the city of glass, so there's a lot of glass blowing, and it actually doesn't involve blowing. It's more rolling the glass, so that's mind blown right there. But a fun artistic way to create, for sure.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, very pretty, the end product also. All right, we'll have one more check on your forecast when we come back.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
With 6 crunchy beef tacos plus a pound of potato olays, our 6-pack in a pound is perfect for date night, movie night, 1,000-piece puzzle night, camping, tailgates, or any day that ends in Y. Get $2 off the 6-pack in a pound, only from Taco John's.
It's the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Big savings on some of the best brands in furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions, with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. Dining rooms and bedrooms from Daniel's Amish and Canal Dover. Sofas and sectionals from Flex Steel and Smith Brothers. And dining by Canadel. Plus the area's best selection of top grain leather from Stressless, Palliser, and Lazy Boy. It's happening now during the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
My doctor says I need an MRI, but where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good?
Hefty, hefty. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso scent.
If you've been in a serious accident, you need a serious legal team. Bygoff and Rohde is the Western Wisconsin powerhouse. Attorneys who won't settle for less than you deserve. Call Bygoff and Rohde.
All right, wind chill as you wake up could be 15 to 25, maybe even 30 below. So that'll be the main story going into Saturday is that wind. It will improve, but Sunday will be just as cold starting off, but then things change as we go into Sunday night. Actually, we'll probably start seeing temperatures rise a little bit Sunday until Monday. And then it's a lot of clouds, some snow maybe Monday night and Tuesday, and not much sun next week.
You have fun skiing out there.
I will.
I'm going to be indoors watching some football.
Okay.
I'll cheer you on from afar.
All right, thank you. We'll see you at 6.